How's this group back here? Guys good? You a C group? All right. Guys won a football game finally, right, last week? I'm sorry, that was bad. I'm sorry. But your basketball team's going to be in the top 10? Come on, just say yes. All right, there you go. There you go.
You're always in a good mood when you win like that.
I'm always in a good mood.
Period.
Thank you.
Yeah. Doc, besides getting the victory tonight, what's the best thing you saw from your team this evening?
Second half defense. I thought the first half, the starting in unit tonight was fantastic. So far it just seems like we haven't put together where both units have played well in the same game. And that's fine. That'll happen eventually. But the starting lineup tonight was fantastic. They got us off to a great start. They played with great defensive intensity. And then the second group came in and kind of let up, which is unusual for our second group. And then in the second half, it's funny. I didn't think we shot the ball particularly well. We had great looks. That's all you can ask for. And I tell our guys, the defense will fail. Your offense will fail you sometimes, but the defense can cover for you. Second half, 42 points we held them to. I thought that was the difference.
Doc, with the last game being a loss to the Phoenix Suns, how did you guys bounce back with a win tonight?
Just focus. We didn't. Once it's over, it's over. You can't get it back. You can learn from it. I think this group so far has the ability to move on. And that's basically what we did.
Doc, when Landry starts off like that, how much does that open up the offense for you guys?
Oh, it's huge. Threes? It's huge, and really, it's something I think I should have done better. Honestly, we were, we're using Kawhi in those three quadrants, in the first half, and then the second half we can do whatever we want. And so I was trying to get him going early because I know I wouldn't have him on the floor early. But when Landry gets going early, then everybody gets going. And so we got to do more of that, run more stuff for him early in the games, similar to what we did for JJ.
Doc, this team, you can beat teams on both ends of the floor. What are you looking for on the first 4 games? Continuity?
Just continuity, execution, just keep growing and learning each other. We have, there's so many things like watching it, just as an observer at times, that's what I try to do, that we can get better in. And you just see them screaming, timing, knowing where each other's at. There's so many new parts on the floor, and I just feel like we're nowhere near what we're going to be, not even close. And that's a good thing. But during that time, you still got to win games. You're in the West. You just still got to tick off wins.
How much do you think of Zoo at the rim?
Zoo is great. That's what we need him to be big, because he is big. And so just be big, be large, I tell them be large, be heavy, be all the things you are every night. They need to feel you every night. And I thought tonight he was a force, you could feel Zoo's presence out on the floor.
Doc, how much does Pat Bev's intensity, tenacity, and vocal leadership remind you of KG?
A lot. I wish he was 6'10". That would help. But very similar personalities. Very good leadership. Very serious about winning, and keeps everybody. He calls on everybody who doesn't do right or who does well. So they're very similar personalities.
Obviously, we know that Landry Shamet can shoot the 3, but did you guys know initially when you guys traded for him that he could be a strong defensive presence?
No, we did not. It's funny, when we made the trade, I looked at him more like a J.J. Redick as far as speed. We thought we could use him with things like J.J. I don't think we even discussed the defensive part, That's been the gravy, I guess, the surprise. He's so darn serious, and he's such a great student that we probably should have seen that, but it's a good surprise.
Doc, at the end of the third quarter, you guys had a big defensive play, rotation that led to a forced shot at the end of the shot clock.
Yeah.
That led to a JaMychal Green 3 right before the quarter, put you guys up 12. You guys have a lot of individual defensive talent. What can you say about how the group defensive talent has been so far?
Average. I think we've actually gotten away with having great individual defenders, and our team defense is still growing. you know, the first part of a great team defense is the individuals. And so we have that part down. Now, once we get everybody working together and communicating, then I think our defense could be absolutely unbelievable, dangerous.
Doc, it was 7 minutes to go in the third, and you guys got a timeout. You pulled Kawhi to center court. Can you elaborate what you said to him?
Well, there was a matchup that we thought we could go against for him on offense, and they kept missing it, you know, and I wanted him to make sure who to attack in the pick and roll. So we're just talking about that.
Doc, I touched on Zubac earlier, but is it hard sometimes to forget that he's only 22 years old and still learning the position, how to, find the best spots for him defensively on the floor?
Yeah, he asked him his age today. You know, I really did. I'm not kidding. I said, Zub, how old are you? Because you do need that reminder. He is 22, and we think just because he's been in the league for 3 and 4 or 5 years that he should know and act like a veteran. No, he acts like a 22-year-old. You know, and that's a 22-year-old in NBA life. He can act. You know, I let you guys figure out from there. But, you know, he is learning, you know, and he's learning how to work, too. You know, you think about the condition he came back in. You know, we asked him to get in shape. He did that. He does everything we've asked him to do, he's trying to do. And from a coach, that's all you can ask for.
Doc, how well are you feeling about this team going forward, seeing that your bench especially is playing so well without the addition of superstar Paul George?
I don't look too far forward other than Utah, honestly. You know, we just right now, to me, we're still in the getting better stage. But again, you got to get better and win.
When you look at this team, I mean, defensively they're amazing, but
We haven't been yet. You know,
what stands out more or less? Is it the depth or the bench?
we're deep. That helps. That really does help us. It allows you to actually play defense harder for longer. Because, you know, like today, Pat was exhausted. He can come out. You can throw someone else back out there, you know. When PG comes, that'll make us even better defensively and longer. The second unit has great length, very young, very long. The first unit is not that long right now. You know, now when Kawhi and Paul George are on the floor together, then the first unit is every bit as long as the second unit. And I can't wait for that. Not much at all. I think it'll make them better because I guess what I envision is you'll have Lou and Montrez together with either Kawhi or Paul all the time. So that'll give them one more score, more space on the floor to do what they do. And I think it'll be great.
Kawhi had 2 steals and 3 blocks tonight. What kind of luxury is that to have him just almost single-handedly blowing up actions?
Yeah, it's amazing. He had they threw a cross-court pass. And it's like he came out, and I didn't know where he came from. You just saw him jump up and catch the ball. He's just, you know, obviously he's an athlete, but he's very smart. And I think that's what stands out to me. You know, you don't know a guy till you coach him. I never knew how smart he was. He's just a really smart basketball player.
You emphasize how tough the West is. Is it a breather when you get an Eastern team coming?
Not really. I mean, you know, listen, like someone said before, everybody's trying to beat you, you know, and it'll only make you tougher. It's you know, having the target now on you will make us a better team. You know, 82 games later, every night getting attacked, you'll be tested by the time playoff comes for sure.
Hey, Coach, you guys have got a tough stretch of games coming up. I was just wondering if you thought about how you're going to manage Kawhi's playing in these next couple of games. Or
you know, we don't. You know, with back-to-backs, you know, we're going to be careful with everybody. You know, you don't have a lot of back-to-backs anymore in our league, which is fantastic. I think we have 7 or 8. Is that right? I don't know what they are. 7. So that's taken a lot of the burden away from us, and that's good for us.
Doc, I know you guys aren't at your full potential yet without PG, but where do you guys rank your squad on a scale of 1 to 10 in regards to chemistry-wise?
Chemistry-wise, it's fantastic. I don't know where I'd rank it. You know, since it's so early, let's say 8, which is, you know, I've gone seasons and not gotten 8. So I'm happy with that. But we haven't been tested. We haven't had anything bad happen. We haven't had any blow-ups or arguments yet. All that's going to happen. No team fights yet. All that stuff happens during the year. That's when you really find out who you are.
Coach, you kind of talked about incorporating a lot of new players with Kawhi being one of the main ones and being kind of like the focal point of your offense a lot of times. What are some of the issues that come along with that, and what have you learned for when PG comes back about how to approach that?
Well, Kawhi's different. They're different players. Him and PG. Kawhi's been easy to integrate. You just give him the ball. I'm no fool. But the spacing. What we've learned about Kawhi is how well he sees the floor, and the type of passer he is. So that's going to make us a lot better. And now you can use Kawhi as the passer to PG, which should be pretty lethal.
Hey, Coach, we've talked about Paul George a little bit. Is he a power forward in this league? With the league getting smaller, do you think he's capable of being a mainline power forward, or is he a shooting guard?
He's a 3, 2.
Kawhi's a
4,
2-3.
2, 3, 4. Really, they're it's the same position now for the most part. 3 years, it'll be 2, 3, 4, 5. The way it looks like, But really, 2, 3, and 4. I've never actually made a difference anyway with what we run. So he can play either one, or Kawhi can go to the 4. It depends on who the 4 is.
Those are decisions for down the road.
No, not even. Just both of them. They'll figure it out.
Doc, as the season progresses, do you plan on having a more consistent starting lineup?
Yeah, with health. It'd be nice. With health you will. Right now, without PG, our thought is get through the 10 games any way we can. Whatever lineup we use, doesn't matter. Let's figure it out. And then once we get whole, then we can start working on our rotations.
Doc, you have coached a lot of great teams in the past in your career. What makes this team so different?
I don't know yet. Honestly, we're too new together. I think out of the gate, you must look at them and say, wow, we could be an amazing defensive team with great offensive talent. So I don't know yet. We'll find that out a lot later. All right. Great questions by both sides of the room today. Andrew, did you not get a question in?